Okay guys, so a lot of you asked me, how do I train a puppy to bark? And maybe you're wondering why we train the puppy to bark. We train the puppy to bark because what it does is it creates, and you'll see a lot of the dogs when I'm doing competition obedience, we have the dog break and do some barking, and then we channel that barking and the energy and the arousal that the dog brings from the barking into behavior. And then you see that the behavior is more snappy, the dog shows more power in the work. And this is a tool that I like to install in any puppy that I'm doing competition obedience with. So we got Hades and Joel here, and Hades is a dog from our breeding program, and Joel is doing some competition obedience with his puppy here. So today, Hades is going to learn to start barking, and like I said, it's going to give Joel the ability now, when he's working on behaviors with the dog, whether it's a sit, a down, healing, whatever it is he's working on, it's going to start to give him the ability now to inject more power into the work, to open the dog up, and to give the dog positive motion. Especially dogs like this, normally what happens with them is if you do a lot of behavior, a lot of repetitive behavior work, like sit, 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 the dog starts to get a little bit bored, a little bit flat. But when you make that barking, when you say, okay, you've done enough repetitions of behavior, let's make some barking, let's get that dopamine rush, let's get that arousal, and then reward that, and then go back into the behaviors that you're working on, you're going to start to see a dog that's a little bit more excited, a dog that shows that power that we look for in the competition obedience. So we start with back tying the dog. So Joel, just put him on this clip here, and then you're going to stand over here with your food. And we're going to just start showing him. This dog frustrates really fast, so it should be easy. Joel, come over here. Right over. No. Pull around. That's very good. That's good enough. Come over here. Good. And now hold your hand up like I showed you, and kiss your teeth at him. Now go back a little bit. Go back. Go back. Wait. Chip. Right away. Go. So the second he makes a little noise, it's going to be a chip. So again, hand up. Hand up. Hand up. Go back. Go back. Go back. Chip. Chip. There we go. Good. Okay. Hand up. Yeah, very good. Okay, now move the hand up. Stand up more, Joel. Yeah. Good. So let's stop now. So let's talk a little bit. Stand close to him so he doesn't just start barking. Okay. So the problem that you're doing, the mistake that you're making is there's too much of this. Now in the first bark, for sure, if you're struggling to make the first bark, we want to go like this. But what you want to do is you want to start to stand up straight. And as I go back, I might kiss my teeth a little bit to catch his attention, and I'm going to wiggle my hand a little bit like this, and usually at that point, he'll bark. You see, he kind of goes a little bit passive when you're close to him, but when you make distance, he gets frustrated because he can't get to you, and then, right? And then that right away, you've got to get in there and reward him. Now, what I do is, in the beginning, in the first few sessions, I just reward every bark, you know? Even if he's not barking, if he goes, I'll just reward that. Like, that's enough for me. But then what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to ask more. So, and for him, you can ask more really fast because he's naturally, like, he's a very open dog. He has a lot of frustration, which is good. It'll really make the barking good. So what I'm going to do is I'll have the food. So when he barks, like once, I'm talking like progression. After you've done a couple sessions, right? And so maybe like within a couple days, you're going to do this. He's going to bark, and you're going to go like that, right? And he barks, whoa, like that. And then, shoot, you reward him maybe on the third bark. So now he learns, you don't stand still. Because if you stand still and he barks at you, you're basically punishing the behavior. You're negatively punishing me. He's not getting anything. But if I move, he's going to be like, whoa, okay, that did something. Let me bark at him again. Oh, and then reward. And then after a while, you can just stand there, and as he barks, you can just move your hand a little bit. And now he's going to be like, he's going to bring that power for just that little bit of movement. And then after a while, no hand, you just say bark. He'll be like, because he's used to bringing this power, and you don't need to do all this helpful stuff. So in the beginning, yeah, we help a lot, but don't get stuck in the helping. A lot of people do, where the dog will bark once, and your brother does this. The dog will bark once, right? And then he feeds the dog or overreacts, and it's like the dog's been doing this for months. We don't need to reward every single bark. We need to start pushing him now, where he can be like really like bum, 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 and then reward. So now, stand back, stand up more straight. Show your hand up. Good. Again, back. Get ready.
Good boy, yes. Good boy.
And start now this time there. Put your hand right from there.
Good boy. Yes. Good boy.
Now just so okay, now go stand close.
Good
Stand close.
boy.
Now just so I can see you practice, he's not ready yet, but we're gonna do it anyway. Instead of rewarding him for that first bark, you're gonna come like halfway, wait for the second one. If he doesn't, you're gonna slowly back off. And then when he barks, you're gonna come in and reward him. Okay, so go with your distance and give him the cue for barking. What? There you go. Good. And you see he's not quite ready for it, but that's what you're gonna do. Okay? Now your timing was a little rewarding.
Good boy.
Your timing was a little off. You kind of reacted a little off.
Good boy.
That's it. Take him off now. That's good. So that's the progression. Okay? So by the end of this week, it should be, for this type of dog, when you come next time, he should be like, when you ask for that barking. Alright? And then we can go from there even more. That's good enough stuff.